Good morning, everyone. It's the 20th of April, Thursday morning, and I just this morning realized how blessed I am to be able to do these devotionals and spend this time with my family every morning around God's Word. It is truly a blessing. Mark has been reading through the book, God Does Not Love Everyone, but He Does Love His Elect from Everlasting to Everlasting. He's ready this morning to start in chapter 3, which is entitled God's Supremacy is Certain. Chapter 3. Chapter 3, God's Supremacy is Certain. This chapter 3. When God speaks, He makes it very clear who He is, the absolute power He has over His creation. The Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, Who is this counsel by word without knowledge? For now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me, where wouldst thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Clear if thou hast understanding, who hast laid the measures of that thou knowest, or who hast stretched the line upon it? Or upon the foundations thereof fastened, or who hath laid the cornerstone thereof? The morning stars sing together, and all the sons of God shout for joy, or who shut up the sea with doors when it break. Forth as it issued out of the womb, when I had made cloud the garment thereof, and rather than thick darkness, swaddling band for it, and break it up for my place. Set bars and doors, and said, Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further, and here shall thy proud ways be stayed. Hast thou commanded the mornings since thy days, and caused offspring they spring to those place? It might take hold into the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it. Is turned as clay the seal, and they stand as a garment. From the wicked their light is withholden. The high arms shall be broken. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea, or hast thou walked and searched the depth? Have the gates of death opened unto thee, or hast thou seen the doors, the shadow of death? Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth, clear if thou knowest it all, or is the way where light dwelleth as for darkness, where is the place thereof, that thou shouldest take it the bound thereof? That thou shouldest know the past, the house thereof, knowest thou it, because thou hast been born? Because the number of thy days is greater, hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow, or hast thou seen the treasures of the hall, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? By what way is the light parted, which scattered the east wind upon the earth? We have divided a water course, overflowing waters are away for lightning and thunder. Causes to rain out the earth where no man is, on their wilderness, wherein there is no man to satisfy the desolate waste ground. And cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth. Hath the rain about the Father, or hath gotten drops of dew? Out of whose womb came the ice, and the frost of heaven hath generated it? The waters are laid us with the stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Pleiades are caused to band before Orion. Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth and his seed, or canst thou guide Arcturus? With his sons, knowest thou the ordinance of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? Canst thou lift the voice to clouds, that abundance of waters may cover thee? Canst thou send lightnings, that they may go and say unto thee, Here we are? Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts, or who hath given understanding from heart to heart, who can number the clouds, and wisdom who can stay the bowels of heaven. Job 38, 1-37. God continued to make his case to Job regarding his almighty and omnipotent power. In chapter 41 he said, Shall he that contendeth with the Almighty instruct him, he that reproveth God? Let him answer it. Job 42. It is very interesting to see Job's response to God. But God answered the Lord and said, Behold, I am vile. What shall I answer thee? I will lay my hand upon my mouth. Once I have spoken, but I will not answer, yea, twice, but I will receive no further. Job 43-5. The reason I am spending so much time in Job is that this clearly shows us the relationship between the creature Job and the creator God, and who is holding all the cards. The Lord continues, who hath prevented me that I should repay him whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. Job 41:11. So who did this conversation come to conclusion between Job and God? And Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou knowest that can't do everything, and that thou thou canst do everything, and that no thought can he that hideth himself without knowledge. Wherefore have I uttered that I understood not things too wonderful for me, which I knew not. Here I beseech thee, and I will speak, I will demand of thee. Declare thou unto me, I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now my ear seeth thee. Wherefore I abhor myself, and repent in dust and ashes. Job 42:1-6. Should this be the response to every one of God's people to their Creator? But many don't have this response. Many mock, ridicule, and blaspheme his holy name. The godly are not so, but are like the chaff with the wind drive away. Therefore the godly shall not stand in the judgment of sinners, in the congregation of righteous. The Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Psalms 1:4-6. Why is this the case? Why do the heathen rage and people imagine a vain thing? Kings of the earth set themselves, and rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have in his wrath, and sitteth in the sword fire. Yet have I sent my king upon my own hill Zion. I have declared the decree, the Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and those parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, of the earth. Be wise now, therefore, all ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. The trembling kiss the sun, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in. Psalms 2:1-12.
Thank you, Mark. I need to get you to read louder so people can hear. But I do appreciate you reading. I hope you all have a good day today, and we'll continue tomorrow, God being in the matter, chapter 3. If you guys would like to get a copy of this book, I'll be happy to send you a copy. It's God does not love everyone, but he does love his elect from everlasting to everlasting. It's 350 pages. I can send it to you free PDF if you go to LarryWPhillips.com, go to our contact section and request the book. God bless.